And I'm here to tell you guys, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's going to reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He going to reach with that right hand against Crawford? He going to get slept reaching with that back hand.
He was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
He said it loud, clear, and without hesitation. Floyd Mayweather would get whooped if he ever stepped into the ring with Terence Crawford. That was the shocking statement Tim Bradley put forward, and it didn't take long before the boxing world caught fire. In a video that recently surfaced and captured the attention of fight fans everywhere, Bradley was seen dissecting Mayweather's style in detail while measuring it against what Crawford brings to the table. His tone wasn't casual, it was fiery, even furious. He didn't sugarcoat anything as he sent a strong warning to Floyd. He spoke with conviction, insisting that Crawford has everything it takes to do what no fighter has done before, not only beat Mayweather, but beat him badly. Bradley made it clear that his belief wasn't based on hype, but on careful film study and a deeper understanding of style.
And I'm here to tell you guys, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd.
One of the key points Bradley raised was Mayweather's past struggle with Zab Judah. That fight, in his eyes, revealed holes in Mayweather's defense and discomfort against southpaws. He emphasized that Floyd had a difficult time dealing with Judah's style, which exposed flaws that could be exploited. These flaws remained part of Mayweather's blueprint and would play right into the hands of Crawford. For him, Crawford is not only skilled, but versatile enough to use those very weaknesses to deliver a beating that would shake Mayweather's legacy. The idea that Mayweather does not enjoy facing southpaws further fueled Bradley's argument, making his case even stronger.
Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's going to reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He going to reach with that right hand against Crawford? He going to get slept reaching with that backhand. The way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? Man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't going to work. That is not going to work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too.
While the conversation about Mayweather and Crawford stirred emotions, another topic was brewing in the fight game: the possibility of Crawford facing David Benavidez. Known as the Mexican Monster, Benavidez is a huge, skilled fighter who presents a very different challenge. In a joint interview with Henry and Kamaru Usman, Crawford was asked about the potential matchup. Instead of brushing it off, Crawford laughed lightly but then gave an answer that carried weight. He acknowledged Benavidez as a talented and dangerous fighter, but reminded everyone that he had already beaten his brother, Jose Benavidez.
Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez? What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean, Benavidez is a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude. Like, you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So, it's like, you know,
You're
I
gonna.
might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Crawford's recent victory, especially his win over Canelo Alvarez, has only added more fire to the debate. The boxing community has been buzzing, and Eddie Hearn, one of the sport's biggest promoters, was among those to speak out. Hearn admitted he felt disappointed for Canelo, even describing himself as gutted. At the same time, he couldn't hold back his praise for Crawford's performance, which he viewed as nothing short of brilliant.
I'm disappointed with myself because I just thought that was what was going to happen the whole time. And then on Thursday and Friday, when I saw Canelo in the vest, I was like, nah. I was like, no, he's gonna pull it off here. And you know, it was an amazing performance by Terence Crawford. Yeah, I'm gutted for Canelo, but I'm actually pleased that Crawford is getting the opportunity to show how great he is, because his resume hasn't really allowed that. Don't get me wrong, he's got some good wins, but he could have beaten so many more of the elite guys from his era. And now that was a big win for him. I mean, he's 38 years old. And that, to do that at that stage was very, very impressive.
Hearn then shifted the conversation toward Crawford's future opponents, naming Jaron Boots Ennis as a fight that makes the most sense. He pointed out how dangerous Ennis is and how intriguing that matchup would be, even going as far as saying it might be the best test for Crawford to date.
I don't know, he was very honest, wasn't he? He said, look, my body's just not the same anymore. So maybe that's a sign that, you know, in answer to your question, Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford.
The buzz didn't stop there. With every great fighter comes debate, and in this case, the conversation about whether Crawford has surpassed Mayweather continues to divide fans and analysts. Crawford's head coach Bomac weighed in with his own perspective. For him, Crawford has already earned the right to be called better than Mayweather. He gave credit to the entire coaching team that has worked with Crawford, but stressed that his fighter's resume and accomplishments now put him in the conversation as one of the greatest of all time. For Bomac, there was no hesitation in saying that Crawford has climbed past Floyd.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Max Kellerman, known for his sharp takes, also added fuel to the fire. He looked at the choices both fighters made throughout their careers and drew comparisons. While Kellerman respected Mayweather's deep resume, he couldn't ignore the criticism that Floyd strategically avoided certain opponents at certain times. On the flip side, Crawford has built his reputation on fighting whoever is put in front of him, never shying away from risk. That willingness to take on all comers is, in Kellerman's view, one of the qualities that sets Crawford apart.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Yes. That makes a difference to people.
Meanwhile, Crawford himself hasn't been silent about the prospect of fighting Mayweather. When asked directly who would win in such a matchup, he didn't hesitate. He said it would be him. His response wasn't arrogant but confident, backed by the spirit that has carried him throughout his career. He explained that he knows what it takes to defeat Mayweather, and that his mindset is built around beating anyone who steps in front of him. For Crawford, greatness isn't just about talent. It's about belief, preparation, and the willingness to prove it in the ring.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever?
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No. No.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close.
That confidence was evident in every word he spoke. Crawford presented himself as a fighter ready to dethrone anyone across any division, no matter their resume or reputation. He made it clear that no opponent intimidates him, no challenge is too big, and no fighter is beyond his reach. His philosophy is simple. If you step into the ring with him, expect to lose. His style, built on stamina, adaptability, and relentless combinations, makes him a nightmare for anyone who dares to test him.
Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
I beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
As the fantasy matchup between Crawford and Mayweather continues to dominate discussion, Crawford's confidence adds more weight to the possibility. Fans who once saw Mayweather as untouchable are now being forced to reconsider their stance. Crawford's words and Bradley's warning align in painting a picture of Mayweather facing a fighter who is not only technically gifted, but mentally relentless. The idea that Mayweather's past struggles against southpaws could resurface against a fighter as sharp as Crawford has made the debate even more intriguing.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Beyond Mayweather, Crawford's growing list of potential opponents only strengthens his claim to greatness. With names like David Benavidez and Boots Ennis being seriously discussed, the future looks stacked for him. Each matchup carries its own story, its own challenges, and its own chance to cement Crawford's legacy. His victory over Canelo proved he's capable of shocking the world, and the thought of him taking on even bigger, more dangerous fighters only fuels the excitement.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight.
At the core of it all is Crawford's spirit, a spirit that refuses to settle, that thrives on competition, and that welcomes danger. He's not content with safe fights or easy wins. He wants to dismantle legacies, prove doubters wrong, and push himself into conversations reserved for legends. This is why his name keeps getting mentioned alongside Mayweather's. This is why trainers, promoters, and analysts are all weighing in on where he stands in boxing history.
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right now, he's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168 no more. But when you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, you know. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I could beat anybody.
Tim Bradley's revelation may have started the latest firestorm, but the flames are being kept alive by everyone from Eddie Hearn to Bo Mack to Max Kellerman, and of course, Crawford himself. The idea of Mayweather stepping into the ring with Crawford might never happen, but the debate isn't slowing down. In fact, it's only growing louder. For some, Mayweather's undefeated record is untouchable. For others, Crawford represents the evolution of the sport, the fighter who could finally have exposed weaknesses in Mayweather's style and changed the narrative forever.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
No matter where one stands, one thing is clear. Terence Crawford is a fighter who believes destiny is on his side. Whether it's Floyd Mayweather, David Benavidez, Boots Ennis, or anyone else, his confidence suggests he'll take on the challenge and come out on top. For boxing fans, that belief, combined with his track record, makes him one of the most compelling figures in the sport today. And if Bradley's words prove prophetic, the debate about who is truly the greatest may no longer be about Mayweather, it may be about Crawford.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
And that's the firestorm shaking up the boxing world. Tim Bradley's warning, Crawford's confidence, and the never-ending Mayweather debate. But what do you think? Could Terence Crawford really hand Floyd Mayweather the first loss of his career? Or is money still untouchable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Ring Rivalry for more fight breakdowns, debates, and all the drama inside the squared circle.